Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon,
Afternoon.
everyone. On behalf of the Mumbai Research Center of the Asiatic Society of Mumbai, I welcome all the 6 finalists, our quizmaster Ramya Muralidharan, Avinash Mudaliar, and all the other participants who are here as spectators. Ramya and Avinash will be the quizmasters. Both are old friends of mine from our veteran days in the Bombay Quiz Club. And they have very lovingly put this quiz together. You have experienced the preliminary quiz, which had a mixture of interesting questions, some well known, some tricky, some not so easy questions. And I hope today's quiz is going to be, it's a secret even to me, but I'm sure today's quiz is going to be superbly exciting. So I'm going to hand the floor over to Quizmaster Ramya Muralidharan.
Thanks a lot, Ramesh. Thanks a lot. It's been such a wonderful opportunity to conduct a quiz on Bombay. We've been living in Bombay for the last decade. It's one of the most wonderful cities to live in. And I guess we have about 3 participants who are from Bombay, I'm guessing. So I'm sure all of you also know what a beautiful city it is. So it's a privilege to conduct a quiz on this topic. Now, before I get started, I would like the participants to take 2 minutes and introduce themselves, where they are from, where they are studying, what are their hobbies besides quizzing. I'm going to put an quick order on the chat. This is the order we'll follow. It's simple alphabetical order, the order in which the participants will be introducing themselves, and going forward in the quiz rounds, which go clockwise or anti-clockwise, will follow the same order. So can we have Abhishek Malik first? All the participants, please like switch on the video so that we can all see your faces and get to know all of you better. Oh, wonderful, thanks a lot. So Abhishek Malik, how about you start off by introducing yourself?
Yeah, hello everyone. I am Abhishek Malik, and currently I'm studying in IIM Ranchi in MBA batch, and I've taken my majors in marketing and analytics. I basically hail from Kolkata, and currently I am here too, and I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks a lot, Abhishek. We have one more Abhishek after this, Abhishek Patil. So Abhishek Patil, little bit about yourself.
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Abhishek. I'm currently an MBA student at JBIMS in Mumbai, and I did my engineering in Mumbai. I am not from Mumbai. I'm from Nashik, but I fell in love with the city and everything over there. So this was the perfect opportunity for me.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot, Abhishek. Next, do we have Hem Maradia?
Yeah, hello everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Hem. I'm from Bangalore. I am in my second year of MBA at IIM Lucknow. Apart from quizzing, I like cycling. And less than a month back, I was in Mumbai. I had a wonderful time in the fort area. So, looking forward.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Hem. And next, we have Krish Mebawala.
So good afternoon. My name is Krish Mewawala. I'm a student of architecture studying in the 4th year at Rachna Sansad Academy of Architecture in Mumbai itself. I'm born and brought up in Mumbai, but surprisingly, I'm not a quizzer. In fact, I just gave this quiz as a passion and a love for the city. I fell in love with this city, I think, post my 8th standard when I actually started exploring, attending heritage walks, seeing spaces, loving the culture as the people, the heritage, everything. And today I even conduct a couple of heritage walks in the Fort Precinct and also I do love this particular city a lot, and that's the reason I attended this quiz and hoping for a good quiz today.
That's wonderful. It's always nice to have someone who's not quizzed before be a part of an event like this, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, best of luck, Krish. Let's move on to the next participant, Shashank. Shashank here.
I don't know why it says 6. Okay. I'm Shashank. I'm from Meerut, UP. Currently, I'm studying at JNU. I'm doing my master's in international relations over there. I've just started last week. And Mumbai. So I was doing undergrad at Baroda, which is just a stone's throw away from Mumbai. So I used to attend quizzes in Mumbai, and I have fond memories of going to Marine Drive in the morning before the quiz. So I had a quiz at 9 and we reached Mumbai at 5. So we were at Marine Drive, very fond memories. Yeah, that's my love for Mumbai. That's where it is.
Okay. Welcome, Shashank. And then we move on to the last participant, Shikhar.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Shikhar. Currently, I'm studying in the HR college in Mumbai, and I'm in the first year of BCom. And along with that, I'm pursuing chartered accountancy. So I'm in the first stage. And yes, I like participating in different quizzes, which are based on different topics. And yes, looking forward to a good quiz.
All right, so a very warm welcome to all the participants. Other than that, we have a few members from the Asiatic Society who are also part of this quiz. All right, so before we start with the quiz, if anyone has any doubts or questions, please feel free to ask. We'll have normal regular rounds which are direct and pass. Now, if you see me moving my face from this camera and turning this way, that's because I have two screens, so that on one screen I can have the slide and on the other screen I can see all your faces while you're answering. So I'm working with multiple screens here. All right, and I would suggest all of you try and keep your scores. I'm also keeping scores. I have my daughter here who is also keeping scores. So we do have scorers on this end, but I would still suggest that all of you do keep track of your scores as the rounds progress. Now, before we start, with regard to the buzzers, have you guys used buzzin.live before? Okay, Krish obviously wouldn't have used. The rest of them, is there anyone else other than Krish who's not familiar with it?
I haven't used.
Okay, so we'll have two buzzer rounds at the very end. So for that, we'll be using, if you have your phones with you, you could try typing buzzin.live. I will send the link. This is just so that we'll do a trial run also. Okay. Now, is there anyone who doesn't have a phone in hand? Everyone has a device with them, like a phone, which they can use, not for Googling, but for the buzzer round alone. Shikhar, you also have a device. Okay, just type buzzin.live. Okay. And you can see that they'll ask you for a code. Let's try one small code here before we start off with the quiz. Okay, I'm going to send a small code. You can try this. Okay, this is a game code. So you can enter a game by entering this code into your app, right? So Haim has entered. Okay, so once you enter, you can buzz. It's like a buzzer. We will go through this again when we do the buzzer rounds, right? This is just so that you guys get familiar. Okay, I'll give you a different code when we start the buzzer round, but this is precisely what we'll be using for the buzzer rounds. You can see below the players who are buzzing in the order in which they are buzzing and the people who have not buzzed. So put your name and login before the buzzer round. This is what we'll be using as a virtual buzzer, because obviously it's the world of Zoom and we have to use this to have a buzzer effect. All right, so we'll start with 3 regular rounds and then we'll go on and end with 2 buzzers. Is that fine? All good? Okay, fine. Let me start sharing my screen so that we can get started with the quiz.
Hi, Ramya. Will you be clarifying the format and the rules?
Yes. As we go through, I'll take you through all the slides and everything that you need to see so that you can know what the rules are step by step. There will not be any difficulty. It's a very simple format. Yeah. And if you have any queries, just stop me and ask me, right? Okay. So welcome to the Mumbai quiz for college students. All of you have done really well. Okay, you have talked amongst all the participants. You have come here. You're the top 6. None of the waiting listed participants are even necessary. We have all 6 turning up for the quiz, which is wonderful because we were thinking maybe some of you will drop out, but all of you are here. Thanks a lot for coming. Okay, so here are the top 6. Okay, so we'll have a clockwise round. Okay, going in the order which we have given you, from Abhishek Malik to Abhishek Patil, to Haim, to Krish, Shashank, and then Shikhar. And then we will do 1 round anti-clockwise. Then we will do a grid round with topics in it, and we'll do 2 buzzers. Before every round, I will explain the rules and regulations and the scoring. Keep it very simple and easy for all of you. Okay, we'll start with clockwise round. Okay, this is one thing because all quizzers know that copying or cheating is very much common when it comes to online quizzes. So I would suggest all of you try and look into the camera. We have 100% trust in all of you, but just for the record, just to avoid any sort of confusion or suspicions, just keep looking at the screen. Don't look down or don't make it look like, you could be possibly cheating. Okay. All right. These are just standard slides for most online quizzes. Moving on, the clockwise round. Okay. I'll show you the rules. There are 6 questions. There are 6 participants. Everyone gets a direct question. Now it's +20 whether you answer it in a direct or +20 whether you answer it in a pass. So if I give a direct question to the first person, they don't answer it, we move on to the second, third, and so on. Just because you get the question's answer in a pass, we are not going to penalize you, right? Whether you get it as a direct or a pass, it's still fine. As long as you've answered, it's a +20. There is no negative marking. There are no pounces or bounces. We have a lot of first-time quizzes here. We want to keep it simple and very relaxed and enjoyable, right? Okay, so we go to the first question for Abhishek Malik. Okay, you can see this image, which is from Mumbai, which is like the 19th century kind of image. Now you need to tell me that there are some circles which are there on the wall, which I have zoomed on the right side. Now, what do these circles indicate? Okay. Now, this is an image of Bombay, and you could see in the walls of various houses such drawings. There are circles. There are some circles which are plain. There are some circles which have a plus sign in it. Now, what do these circles indicate? So this first question is for Abhishek Malik. So Abhishek, what do you think these circles indicate?
It seems to be the old age time in 19th century. So if I'm not wrong, that time plague had hit Bombay.
Right.
So is it something related to it? Like maybe.
What?
Is it the time which I cannot recollect? So 19th century.
Okay, we'll have to pass you to Abhishek Patil. Abhishek Patil, would you have an answer or a thought?
I do not have a concrete answer either, but I'm guessing along the plague lines only. Is this the number of days in quarantine to be spent for travelers or something along those lines?
No, not the number of days to be spent for quarantining. Okay, we'll pass on to him.
Yeah, so chimping on that. So this is basically, if there was an X, that means there was a death in this house, and I think circle meant no deaths. So when the authorities were collecting the dead bodies, it indicated which houses were affected by plague, which weren't, so that you could quarantine people accordingly.
Okay, so I'm going to stop here. I'm going to give amongst the 20 points, I'm going to split it between Abhishek Malik and him, 10 each. Okay, and we'll see what the answer is, right? So these were the count of plague deaths. Okay, so you will have plain circles which shows deaths due to plague, and then you will have the circles with lines in it which shows death due to other causes. So basically, like today with COVID, how you have death statistics coming every day on the paper. Back then, it was not that easy to keep track. So what people would do is, in this building, you can count and see there are probably 11 or 12 or deaths due to plague, and then they will tell you what are the other deaths which are not due to plague. So this is an easier way to keep tag of which building has been affected how much by the epidemic back then, right? Okay, good try. We'll move on to the next question. This is for Abhishek Patil, question number 2. Okay, this is another image from the plague era Bombay. Okay, this is the second question. Abhishek Patil, you are from Bombay, you spent time in Bombay, so this should be interesting. Now, if you go to Warsaw Beach, you will see images. I'll show you a larger image like this. Okay, you will see these images where people are doing a certain activity. They are digging these borewells, which are kind of damaging to the ecosystem, the marine ecosystem there. Okay, and they are also involved in a kind of economy. They're kind of making a product which has a shelf life of a day or two max. Okay, now you need to tell me what is it that they do? What is happening here in Warsaw Beach? What are they up to? And I want a very precise answer. You can see all the settlements on the beach, and you can see that the sand is kind of, dug in various places. Here you can see someone digging a hole into the sand. So what exactly is happening in Warsaw Beach? This is for Abhishek Patil.
Not sure this time either. Is this crab farming? Are they extracting crabs and selling them?
No, it's not crab farming. Passing on to Hem Maradia.
Yeah, can you just go to the question? There was a line about some shelf life.
Yeah, they're making something which has a very short shelf life, They're involved in some sort of activity which has a product which has a shelf life of a day or two max. So what is it that they do? I mean,
okay, yeah, sorry, you continue.
You wouldn't see something like this in a Juhu beach or any other beach. This is very kind of a unique activity, not so, common, but still it happens in Bombay. If you go to Warsaw Beach, you will see them, and they've been there for few years. And even now, if you go, you probably see some of them. So who are they? What is this ecosystem which is parallelly building in Warsaw Beach is my question. Yes, hey.
Yeah, not sure. So my guess might be, are they like selling purified air or something, like for the citizens of Mumbai, like in canisters?
Okay, they're not selling purified air. We have to pass you. Krish?
To be honest, even I don't know. My first guess would have been something related to the crabs itself, but I'm not sure.
Okay, related to the crabs, but you're not sure. Passing on, Shashank Tyagi. Yes.
Yeah, I think this is the illegal fenugreek business that they have in the Bombay.
So what are they doing here?
So they're growing fenugreek over there and selling it.
Okay, so why do they have to do it here?
Because I remember something of the sort in a quiz. That's how I know this.
Okay, I'll give you the points and we will go and see what the answer is. So these are the fenugreek farmers. So it's not the fenugreek seed. Actually, it is the microgreen, the small fenugreek plant, the tiny plant, which is consumed in large numbers by the households of Bombay. Now, the issue with these microgreens is that if they are grown outside of the city, by the time you bring them into the city and sell them in the local markets, they're not fresh anymore. They start wilting. So you need to find a place close enough to the city where you can grow them. Now, this is actually not very legal. There have been lots of fights. They've been trying to get the fenugreek farmers to move. But for a lot of them, this is a way of, ensuring they have an income. So what they do is they dig borewells in the beach to get out fresh water. They put fenugreek seeds. So what you see there, the guy, those are actually fenugreek seeds put in a small elevated sand plot, right? And then once they have the plants in the morning, they take it and they sell it in the markets, and you have your baby methi leaves being sold to various households. So that's what I was looking for. So 20 points here to Shashank Tyagi. Nice answer. All right, let's move on to the third question. Hem, this is your direct. Okay. All right, so Hem, you will have to tell me, Rehana Mughal, I'll show you a larger image. Now in 1940s, if you see images in newspapers or in print magazines, you will see quite a few pictures of hers. Okay, she was considered the image of a modern girl. She would dress or wear makeup or wear clothes which are knee length, and it was the typical image of a liberated woman that she was portraying. Now, she was a classmate and the favorite subject of another famous personality who was in JJ School of Art. You need to tell me who was her more famous friend. So this is Rehana. People always wonder what happened to Rehana Mughal because she herself was a student of JJ School of Art. So we don't know what happened to her later, but all we have left is all these wonderful images of her where she is, depicting herself as the image of a liberated modern woman in Bombay. So who was her more famous friend? Hem Maradia, this is your question.
MF Hussain.
MF Hussain. Okay, not MF Hussain. Passing on. Krish.
The photojournalist, Vyara Vala. I'm sorry, I can't recollect her full name.
Okay, you want to take a minute? I'll give you the points, but that's very good answer. Would you like to take some time and?
It was with H, but I can't pronounce. I don't remember the name.
Okay, no problem. I'll give you the points because as per quizzing rules, if you get the second name, it's fine. Her first name was Homai. Okay, so she had Rehana Mughal as a classmate, and every time she needed a picture taken, she would ask Rehana to pose in various ways. So they go for a picnic. She would take pictures of Rehana. So all her photographs from the time she was studying in JJ School of Art, you will see Rehana coming up, right? Very good answer for Krish, 20 points here. First time quizzer, that is your first 20 points in a live quiz. Congratulations. All right, moving on to the next question. Okay, Krish, this is your direct. Which famous person would you associate with all these logos? There are 4 logos shown. I want you to give me the name of a person whom you can associate with these 4 logos.
Not sure.
Not sure? You want to take a guess?
I actually don't know this.
Okay, not a problem. We'll pass. Shashank Tyagi.
Right. So since I don't know, I'll say some Patil.
Some Patil.
Patil is my guess. Like, please take it if it is correct.
No, it's not. It's not any Patil. Passing on. Shikhar. Shikhar, do you have an answer? You're muted. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe some Portuguese.
Portuguese person. No. Passing on.
No,
Abhishek
no.
Malik.
Is it Floyd Cardo's? Something like that.
So who is Floyd Cardo's, Abhishek?
He was a chef in Pedro.
He was a chef in Pedro. Okay, so I will give you 20 points. It is Floyd Cardo's. He was in news recently because he passed away with COVID, unfortunately. He was one of the winners at Top Chef. He's also the person who started all these restaurants in Bombay, a famous chef, a famous personality who you would associate with Bombay. So 20 points there for Abhishek Malik. All right. Now the 5th question. This is Shashank. This is your direct. Okay. Now, during the promotion and advertisements of a certain entity, the makers use this tagline. It said, 78 murde insan zinda ho gaye, unko bolte dekho. Okay. So what was being advertised? This was a very iconic tagline which was used. You need to tell me what was being advertised.
Was this Raja Harishchandra by any chance? The first one?
No, it was not. We will pass. Shikhar.
Is it some masala?
Is it some masala? Acha,
Like,
masala kha ke murde insan zinda ho gaye.
I don't know.
No, it's not. Okay, we'll have to pass you to Abhishek.
Yeah, it is Alamara, I guess. This was the first sound film that we had.
Plus 20. Wonderful answer. So this was the first talkie, Alamara, because there were 78 actors who recorded their voices for the movie. Okay, in English, it was about all living, all breathing, all talking characters. And in Hindi, it was advertised saying that, 78 murde log abhi zinda ho gaye, unko aake bolte dekho. Right? Wonderful answer. Plus 20 there. Okay, last question of this round coming up. This is for Shikhar. Okay. Slightly lengthy, but Shikhar, this should be interesting to you. All right. In 1930s, the height of buildings in Bombay was limited by very strict developmental rules. Like they said, okay, this is the maximum height you can do. Beyond that, you cannot build. But when people did build buildings, they wanted it to look really tall and they wanted it to look commanding. So they did something, okay, in which what they did is they started stepping back. If you see all these buildings, as you go one level up, they started stepping back the roof lines. Now they were inspired by a certain pyramidal design, which you will see in ancient Mesopotamia. Now I want you to give me the Art Deco terminology which describes buildings like this. Okay, so if you have a restriction over, yeah, you know the answer?
Is it atriums?
It's not atriums. We'll have to pass to Abhishek Malik.
I guess I cannot recollect it, but I knew it.
Okay, do you want to take a guess or? Okay, passing on Abhishek Patil.
Yeah, I'm guessing, is this somehow related to Homer's Odyssey or something like that?
No, it's not. Okay, Hem Maradia, your turn. Would you like to guess? The Art Deco.
Yeah, is this ziggurats?
Is it ziggurats? Why do you think it is ziggurats?
Because Babylonians and Sumerians used to build ziggurats.
Okay. All right. So the answer we are looking for is ziggurat. Okay, so plus 20 there to him. So if you can see the roof line, as you go one level higher, you push the building little back inside and you give the impression of height and majestic kind of look and appearance, where actually it might be just 3 levels or 4 levels at best. So that's the answer we are looking for. Okay, so I think there we end the round. Wonderful, all of you did a great job answering. Okay, now I'm going to quickly say the scores. We have Abhishek Malik at 50. Okay, tell me if I've got anything wrong. Yeah, Abhishek Patil, you need to start scoring here. Okay, Hem, you're at 30, Krish at 20, Shashank at 20, and Shikhar, you also need to start scoring. We'll do the anti-clockwise now. Okay, same kind of rules, just that we'll be going anti-clockwise. 6 questions, 20 for direct, 20 for pass. There'll be no negative marking, no pounds, no bounds, nothing. Okay, hands where you can see it. Okay, this is the first question. It's a lengthy piece of text. This is for Shikhar Shah. Okay, it's a very interesting bit of text. I'm going to slowly read it to you. And Shikhar, you need to tell me it is taken from which book. In which book would you see this, right? It talks about in the way the strange gentleman was going. Okay, because my screen is little. Yeah, you will have to read it on your own. But it talks about the island of Salsette. It talks about how a train passes through Bombay, how it goes through Kalyan. Obviously, the pronunciations are and the spellings are very different. Okay. Okay. In the way the strange gentleman was going on, he would leave the world without having done any good to himself or anybody else. An hour after leaving Bombay, the train had passed the viaducts and the island of Salsette and had gotten into the open country. At Kalyan, I'm guessing that's Kalyan here, they reached the junction of the branch line, which descends towards southeastern India by, I'm guessing, Kandala and Pune, and then passing through, I'm guessing that should be Panvel or Powell, however that is. They entered the defiles of the mountains with their basalt bases and their summits crowned with thick and verdant forests. So heavy piece of text. You need to tell me where this text is from.
Is this from a book called Shantiram?
No, this is not from Shantiram. Passing on, Shashank.
This should be from Around the World in 80 Days. From Bombay, he goes to Agra, then Allahabad, then Calcutta, and then Hong Kong.
Plus 20. This is from Around the World in 80 Days, Jules Verne. Okay, wonderful answer. So Shashank, this is your Shashank. Yeah. Who drew these and what were these? Like you can see 2 kind of maps and sketches here. I need both parts for 10 points each. Whose drawings are these? And what were they about? What were they trying to do here? If you're familiar with the Bombay map or the Mumbai map, this might be easy to kind of decode. So look deep into the map and decode whose drawings are these and what exactly was he trying to do here. Yes, Shashank, any answer?
Yeah, so I'm going to guess one architect, I don't know, maybe Charles Courier.
And what is it about? Land reclamation projects in Bombay, Marine Drive, and all that stuff.
I want a
don't know.
very specific answer for both parts. Okay.
Uh,
Okay. I will have to pass you.
Okay.
Okay. Krish. You're muted. Could you
Sorry,
unmute?
I'm not sure who this is by. Maybe it's from a Portuguese person, but this definitely looks like some travel journey and places where the ships can stop, and then from there, they further travel to Delhi, Pune, and various areas.
No, that's not what we are looking for. Passing on him.
So I'm guessing over here, this might be the original plan for Navi Mumbai, and Dakuna, the architect, like maybe he's the one who came over.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop here. I'm going to give part points to him and Shashank, who got 2 different parts. Okay, it is the Navi Mumbai development plan. Okay, and you already got the architect's name right. So we will do 10 each, 10 for him and 10 for Shashank. Fine. Now moving on the next question. Question number 3. This is for Krish. Okay, as per city historian Deepak Rao, this term was coined in the 1930s in a book called The Charm of Bombay. Okay. Now this is the book, The Charm of Bombay, and it refers to something which was built by the person in the image. There was a certain term which, as per city historians, it was coined in this particular book, and this particular term refers to something built by this man. Okay, I just need the term. You don't have to give me anything else. What term was it? People try and find out what its origin is, where it came from. There are various kind of ideas as to who said it first and where it appeared first. But as per a city historian Deepak Rao, he says it was first written in the book The Charm of Bombay, and it referred to something which was built by the person in the image. So you need to give me both. Krish, this is your direct.
No idea. Maybe some force or some troops. Not sure. Like some army built by the person.
I just need a term. Okay. All right. I'll pass you him.
Bollywood.
Bollywood. As to who came up with the term Bollywood? No. Abhishek Patel.
I'm confused between two. Can
You
I
have
just
to
get a
pick
moment
one.
to pick? Yeah, exactly. Can I get a moment to pick?
Sure. Take a moment and tell me.
Is it the term City of Dreams?
It's not the term City of Dreams. We will have to pass you to Abhishek Malik.
I'm unable to. get
You're
it, sir.
unable to guess. Okay, we'll go to Shikhar. Shikhar, this is your turn. Do you have an answer?
Is it in cinema or something?
Is it?
Cinema.
Cinema. Cinema is much older as a word, I'm guessing. Okay, passing on. Shashank.
Is this the necklace of Arabian Sea and Marine Drive and all that stuff?
The necklace of Arabian Sea.
Yeah. I mean,
I will not be able. I think it was Krish's question, so I'll have to stop here. Shashank, I will not be able to give you, though you are very, very close, unfortunately. Okay, because we are looking for Queen's necklace. We're looking very.
Queen's neck. Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's how Marine Drive is known. Okay, not the necklace of the Arabian Sea or any other sea. We are just looking for the Queen's necklace. You got the necklace part, just that the necklace was on the wrong person here. All right, moving on to the next question. Okay, this is for him. Okay. Now, this particular thing built in 1860 is the oldest police station in Bombay. It's made with stone and iron and teakwood, the materials which probably were predominantly used around this era. Now, you need to tell me in which part of Bombay will you find Bombay's oldest police station. Now, the hint is it gets its name from the fact that a stream of seawater went through this particular area. It flowed through this area throughout the year. So if you come to this part of the town, you will end up drenching the lower part of your body because you walk through the stream. So if you know a little bit of Marathi or Hindi, you can kind of work out the name of the place which has the oldest police station in Bombay. So Hem, this is your question. Where in Bombay will you find the oldest police station built in 1860?
Is this Girgaon?
No, it is not. Passing on, we are going in reverse. So Abhishek Patel
This is Paidhoni,
and Paidhoni from?
somewhere in South Mumbai. I've read this exact piece of trivia somewhere, so I know.
Okay, good, good. Plus 20, that's all I was looking for. That's the police station. I'm just looking for Paidhoni as in Pai and Paidona, like washing your legs. Not in a great way, but yeah, that's it. Now, moving on to the next question. This is for Abhishek Patil. This is yours. Okay. Now, this is a particular place in Charni Road. It is used as a wedding venue. It's used for various functions. It's a 150-year-old building. You know, it's an iconic structure. Now, you need to tell me, why was it given this particular name? Why was it called Alblas Bog? It was built by Idalji Framji. It's in Charni Road. You can see the images. It's renovated recently. Now, how did it get its name? Why was it called Alblas Bog? Why this name? Bog, everyone knows. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Are there larger images?
Yeah. I'm not sure. Let me see. Yeah, there are. It's, I don't know if you can see too much into it. It's a nice little venue, very pretty venue. By Bombay standards, a really large venue to have any event within the city. So you need to tell me as to why does it get this particular name? You can read the question, think little laterally, think little innovatively, get creative, because this is one of those questions. Yes, Abhishek, you have an answer?
And like shooting in the dark, but was it one of those places which was restricted only to the Parsi community or something along those lines? I'm guessing like Alb means non-Parsi. Was I don't know.
No, not the answer we are looking for. Passing Abhishek Malik.
Is it because orchestra was organized here? So somewhat in, because it was a Royal Opera House over there.
No, nothing to do with the orchestra. Passing Shikhar.
Does it have something to do with the church, some kind of church nearby, All Bliss?
No, good way of thinking, but that's not the answer. Passing Shashank.
I'm just taking it literally. I'm saying this is all bless, so like bless everybody or something of that side. God
Okay.
bless you all and all that stuff. So just random.
Just randomly they decided that.
No, randomly blabbering about it, please.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Passing Krish.
So Albus in English normally means a wise person. So assuming it's a gathering place for all the wise, sensible people, just out of the blue.
No. Passing him.
Is there some architecture thing like this? Always some structure of a building which was not used in constructing this, so they were like, it's less this part.
No, that's nothing to do with architecture here. Okay, so this was Abhishek Patil's question. So we stop here. So Shashank, I'm going to be very kind and give you 5 points here. Okay, though you are randomly blabbering. The person who built it, okay, he gained his last name as Alblas because everywhere he met somebody, he would say, God bless you all. So people decided to add to his name the word Alblas. So it was basically all bless becoming Alblas. Okay, so that's how the person who built it got its name, and then the building got its name. So it does come from God bless you all. It's not a church or anything. It's just what the person who built it kept saying to everyone. All right, good thought, just for the stream of thought, 5 points there. Okay, last question of this round. This is Abhishek Malik's. All right. All right, can you read the question? It is quite simple. In 1885 December, about 100 men gathered at a Sanskrit school. 39 of them were lawyers. Some of them were recognized as members of this gathering. Okay. Now, there was a retired former collector who proposed that, okay, fine, we will meet again. So there's a huge party gathering which happened in this Sanskrit school in Bombay. Under what name or under what aegis did all these men meet in Bombay? That's all we are looking for. Who are these people who gathered in 1885 in a Sanskrit school, in a simple Sanskrit school in Bombay, which still exists? You can still go and see it. It's there right here. You could see that some of them were lawyers, others were of other profession, but there was a very important gathering in 1885. You need to tell me, Abhishek Malik, as to who are these people who gathered in Bombay in December 1885?
Was it related to the Indian National Congress?
In what way was it?
Formation?
It was. They were all meeting for the first time at this venue, 20 points, and they formed the Indian National Congress. The very first session of Indian National Congress happened here. It was in Gokuldas Tejpal Sanskrit School in Bombay. And if you go there today and look for it, you'll find something like this, more like a wedding hall or a small thing, not very well preserved, but still there. So we are at the end of 2 rounds, and we'll have a quick look at the scores. So we have Abhishek Malik at 70, Abhishek Patil at 20, Haim is at 40, Krish is at 20. Okay, and we have Shashank at 55, and Shikhar, you need to start scoring. Am I okay with the scores? Everyone agrees with it? All good? Okay, fine. Now, all right. Does anyone need a small break, drink a glass of water? Because after this, we'll do a grid round and then 2 buzzers. If anyone wants to quickly take a glass of water and take a quick break and come back, it's fine. All right, in 2 minutes, drink some water, relax for a while, and then we will, yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I don't know what a grid round is.
No, I'll just open the grid.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, these are the rules. I'm putting it up. I'm going to read the rules. And in the meanwhile, if you guys want to drink some water, right, I'll show you a grid with 8 topics in it. Okay, every participant gets 1 chance to select a topic. I'm going to go from the lowest score to the highest score in terms of giving you a chance to pick a topic. So we will go from Shikhar, then we will go to between Krish and Abhishek Patil. I'll go alphabetically because both of you are at 20. So that way I will go till the highest score, okay, of Abhishek Malik, and you guys get to choose a topic. It doesn't get passed around. You get it right, you have your 20. There is no passing to anybody else. So it's your 1 shot at scoring 20 points before we move to a buzzer round. Okay, you can read it. Is everyone good? Shikhar has disappeared for some water. All good?
I'm back.
You're back? Okay, fine. Can we go for the grid round? Shikhar will be starting with you, all right? Questions do not pass. There is no negative marking. Okay, you can choose to answer the question. If you don't know, you can take a guess. Okay, so these are the topics on the grid. Shikhar, what would you like to choose?
I would like to go for technology.
Okay, we will do the tech question. Okay. In 2001, 2 people from Mumbai, Vikram Krishna and Arun Mehta, took up a challenge. Okay, they were developing a unique and challenging software. They had to solve a problem of communicating effectively using a single button. Okay, they just had a single button and they had to communicate using it. They went on to create an intelligent software called the Elocutor. Now, what was the problem these 2 men solved? In 2001, 2 people from Bombay, they took up a challenge and they developed a software called Elocutor. And you need to tell me what is the problem they solved. These are the 2 men. You said technology, and here's your question from technology. If you're expecting Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk or any of those people, it's not that. We have 2 Indians from Bombay from, I'm guessing TIFR if I'm right. So you will have to tell me what did they do. Yes, Shikhar, you want to guess?
Was it some kind of communication for the differently abled, like the dumb or deaf? I think. I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm looking for something very specific. These people are famous for something very specific. Would you care to? Because this doesn't get passed.
Okay.
It's your chance to try. Do you want to work on your answer? Anything else?
Like for the maybe for the blind people.
Okay, I'll stop you there. That's not the answer. Now for a non-compete for no points, anybody else, including the audience, anyone wants to try?
I want to.
Okay, we'll first ask the audience from Asiatic Society. Does anyone want to try?
Abhishek has raised his hand.
Okay, which Abhishek is this now?
Malik.
Yeah, hi Abhishek Malik. This is not for any scores, non-compete. Okay, so what happened?
Maybe it is a non-verbal device to for the communication of the disabled people who are unable to write and speak for the non-verbal device. Is it something like that, Eloxy?
No. Anybody else?
This is for Stephen Hawking, specifically for Stephen Hawking.
It is very specifically made for Stephen Hawking. He came to India in 2001. He met these people in TIFR and he was having issues with his existing software. So he said, and his ability to move his muscles was slowly becoming worse. So he said, with one single button, you need to tell me how I can communicate. And these guys wrote the program for it. Okay, so basically what they did is with one single button, there are 3 states which you can kind of use. One is that he has clicked on it. One is that he hasn't clicked. And the third is how long has he clicked the button? Is it for 1 second, 2 seconds? So using that, they had to build an intelligent software which will kind of help him create full sentences, right? So that's what happened. Okay. Now we'll go back to the grid and then now we will have Abhishek Patil to take and then next we'll come to Krish. All right, Abhishek, your choice. Technology is done. Is there anything else you want to try?
Bollywood.
Okay, you want to try Bollywood? Okay, I'm sorry about the spelling there. Okay, here's Bollywood. Okay, I'm gonna play you a small clipping. You just have to tell me where it is shot. Okay. All right. So Abhishek, would you like to guess? You should
Is this on the banks of the? I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is 1956. So things might look slightly different from what it looks today. But what was the shooting location? Yes, you had an answer here.
Is this on the banks of the Mithi River?
Bank of the Mithi River flows through a large area. What particular area is this? Again, I don't know if it's Mithi River. I don't think so, but yeah. Is there a place or a location you would like to say?
I'll go with Warsaw.
Warsaw. It is not Warsaw. Okay, anyone else wants to try?
Is it the SGNP, like the forest area, the national park area?
Okay, the national park area.
Random guess, but is it the RA forest?
It's this thing is actually okay. It's actually shot in the RA Milk Colony, a very popular location for a lot of Bollywood shooting. And this was 1956. RA Milk Colony looking very different. Now it is more denser with trees and forests and everything, but that was shot in RA. All right, we will move on to Krish.
I think I'll
Which-
take history.
You'll take history. Okay, here's your question. Okay. I'm going to show you an image after this. In early 1950s, there are about 50 designs and prototypes made. After all those prototypes, one particular design was considered viable economically and acceptable as far as its technology was concerned. Now, the company had to make about 12.83 lakh pieces of these and then had to send them in trains to their respective location. At the peak of manufacturing, about 1,700 workers produced 15,000 of these boxes every day, costing about 5 rupees each. You need to tell me which company, what are these, and from which railway station was it shipped. So I have 3 parts. Try and give me the complete answer. So this is the prototype which is finally considered acceptable. So you need to tell me which company, what are these, and from which railway station or stations were this item shipped.
Can you show the photo once again?
Yeah.
Okay. I would go for a random guess with Godrej.
Okay.
Maybe they're the dabbas which they would make. Can't actually recognize it. And what railway stations, as in from like which railway station exactly? Oh, the name of the railway station, you mean?
Yeah.
I'll take a guess of Churchgate.
Okay, so Churchgate, Godrej, and what were these items?
Dabbas, boxes.
What boxes?
Okay, oil boxes.
Okay, I will tell you how much I will give you or I won't give you. Before that, does anyone else want to guess?
These are the ballot boxes
Yes.
used in the
Godrej.
first election.
In the
And
very-
And
Godrej is correct.
Vikhroli would be the station, one of the stations at least. I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
I was just looking for Vikhroli here. So it is Godrej, Vikhroli, and the boxes are ballot boxes. So for the very first election, they had designed and they had made over 12 lakh of these and then had to ship them through the Indian Railways all across the country. I give you 5 points for kind of getting in the space of Godrej. All right, but yeah, it was the box. If you had gotten onto the fact that it was for the election or something, I would have given you more points. So we'll give you 5 here. All right.
Sure.
So next, after both, let me look at the scores. We have Haim at 40. So Haim, this is your chance. Bollywood history and tech is done. So you can choose something else here.
Religion.
Religion. All right, let's do religion. Okay. So Haim, this is your question. Childless due to infertility, a rich lady decided to build the structure. I will show you a bigger image in 1801, hoping it would help other infertile women have children. It was built by someone called Lakshman Vitu Patil. You need to tell me what is this. For 20 points, tell me what this is, built by a rich lady from an Agri family, if I'm right.
This, okay. The name of this thing would indicate to this infertility part.
You can keep asking me questions and we can play 20 questions instead of quiz. I can't tell you anything more than this. You'll have to tell me what it is.
Is this a Mahalakshmi temple?
No, it's not. Does anyone else want to try?
I think I know this.
Yes, Krish, for
I
no
think
points here.
Yeah, I know that. I think it's Siddhivinayak Mandir.
Yes, it is.
I had 2 choices.
Yeah, between Siddhivinayak and Mahalakshmi, I'm guessing. Okay. Let's go back to the grid and then we now will have Shashank. It's your turn. We are done with religion, history, Bollywood, and tech. So we have flora, fauna, mixed bag. You have women power. Okay.
Yeah, I'll go for women power.
you'll go for women power. Let's see what that holds. Okay, so this is your question, Shashank, the question on women power. It's the story of two women here, okay? One an American and one you would probably connect with Maharashtra or Bombay at some level, but mostly, yeah, a story of two women and their relationship. So in 1880s, there was an American woman called Theodosia Carpenter. She read about an Indian woman's struggle when she was reading this missionary review paper when she was just sitting outside her dentist. So it was very accidental, coincident kind of thing that she happened to see it. She was so moved by it that she started writing letters and started having long distance correspondence with this Indian woman. When this Indian woman then traveled to America to fulfill her dreams, Mrs. Carpenter housed her, helped her pick a university. She did everything she could in her capacity. When this Indian woman died, a part of her ashes was sent to Miss Carpenter, which was highly against tradition to send ashes across seas to another country. But then it was given to Miss Carpenter because of the role she played in this woman's life. And if you go to Mrs. Carpenter's family cemetery, you can see, like, the Indian woman's ashes laid to rest there. You need to tell me who the Indian woman was.
This is Anandi Gopal Joshi, the first first person to study modern medicine from India.
Perfect. Plus 20. So this is, we are looking at Anandi Bai Joshi. So if not for Mrs. Carpenter's help, she would have not been able to go to even probably go to US and achieve a lot of things that she has achieved. And a lot of her biography or what we know today is through the correspondence between these two women. So it makes it very significant as to the role they played in each other's life. All right. Now we come to Abhishek Malik. Which topic would you like to pick?
Mixed bag.
Okay, let's see what comes here. It's a simple connect for your mixed bag. You can see a location from Bombay, you can see a food item, and you can see a person. So give me a connection.
Is it Leopold Cafe, something like?
It's not Leopold Cafe. I thought you would get this one. I was hoping somebody would get. It's not Leopold Cafe. Okay. Anyone else wants to take a guess as to who he is, what that street is, and why the food item is there?
It's Lamington Road, but I don't know what the sweet is.
It is Lamington Road. The sweet is also called Lamington, and they are both named after Lord Lamington. So that I was just looking for the word Lamington to come up. So the desert Lamington is believed to be named after either Lord Lamington or his wife, okay, who were back then the governor of Queensland, the same person after whom the road Lamington Road in Bombay. If you want to buy IT, electronic supplies, that's where everyone ends up. So all I was looking for is Lamington. So at the end of this round, I think we still have, certain questions which we haven't tried. So this is, I'll just open it. I think we haven't done flora and fauna. Let's try that. This is just open to all just for the fun of it. You guys try this while I tally your scores. Okay, the scores: Abhishek Malik at 70, Abhishek Patil at 20, Hem Maradia at 40, Krish is at 25, Shashank, you're at 75, and Shikhar, you need to start scoring. All right, this is one last question before we get into the buzzers. Okay, in Maharashtra, this phenomena usually is observed in Mumbai the same year as it's observed in Kandala. Whereas places like Bhima Shankar, Malshesh Ghat, and beyond Kalyan, you see it 1 year before. In 2020, the Pachmari Hill Station in Madhya Pradesh witnessed this. It also happens in Madhya Pradesh. It's a major tourist attraction, and it's caused by a type of, let's say, group of plants. I don't know how to, lettuce or whatever, however you want to pronounce that. And you will see a related species in Nilgiris, which has a similar phenomena it creates there. Now, what are we talking about? Does anyone want to guess?
Nilkuranji. So
Nilkuranji
Nilgiri
is
is
in-
Nilgiri.
Yes, and the same
So some
genus but different species. If you are in Bombay, Maharashtra,
Is it Karvi?
it's Karvi. So the Kurunji and Karvi, they are related genus, different species. So this is the blooming which happens every 8 years. It happens at the same time for Bombay and Khandala, whereas if you see it in Bhima Shankar, Malshej, or anywhere else like beyond Kalyan, it probably happens 1 year earlier. All right. Now, we'll have to get into the 2 buzzers now. So I would like you to open Buzz Live. I will send a different code quickly. I will stop sharing for a second. We will do 1 trial run. Okay. I'm going to create a new game. And I'm going to send the code. You can join. Don't buzz till I, So I have everyone, please put your full name. I have Abhishek Patil, kindly. Okay, Abhishek Patil, and Abhishek MK9 is Abhishek.
Yeah, it is me because the whole name is not coming.
Okay, no problem. So I'm gonna all right. I'm gonna put a lock so that I'm gonna put a 30-second timer. Okay, now you can buzz and see how it works. So you can see the buzz players, the order in which it's working. Okay. I'm going to reset. I'm going to lock so that now you can see that I have locked. You cannot buzz. When I start a new question, I'll start again and I will unlock, which allows you to buzz. Okay, you can try buzzing
it's
now.
not locked. Yeah.
I have unlocked it. Okay. You can buzz.
It shows locked still. Now.
Okay, so we will go through this process as we do the questions. Okay, so I will unlock before every question I start. And after I unlock, once it's unlocked for everyone, only then I will display the question. Okay, is it locked for everyone? Everyone is on Buzz Live? All good? Okay, let me start sharing again. Okay, we'll start with buzzer 1. Okay, these are the rules. Remember, there are negative markings. Okay, so I will give option to answer for the first person who has buzzed. And if they get it wrong, then the second person in the list gets to buzz. All right, so there'll be just 2 chances. We will not give more than that. There's a +10 and a -5. So you will be getting negatives if you go wrong here. So be careful before you buzz. Don't buzz in a hurry and lose the points which you have. The first person and the second person are the only 2 people who are allowed to answer. The person who buzzed first will get the first shot. If they don't have the answer, the next person will get. All right. So
would you also be imposing a time limit on how long like one has to answer?
Depending on the
clarify
length,
that already?
Depending on the length of the question, if I feel that after 30 seconds or 40 seconds, nobody is answering. Oh, as in when you're giving the answer,
After
you have to,
button.
you
After
have to quickly, as soon as you buzz, you have to give me the answer. If you don't, then I give you negative.
And do we have to like wait for you to finish reading the question, or like
you can buzz as soon as I unlock, you can buzz, but if you buzz, then I'm going to stop reading and ask you to answer, and you'll have to answer immediately. Is that fine?
Yeah.
Ideally it would be better you buzz only if you know the answer. Don't buzz in a hurry. Okay. Any other questions? All right. Everyone's screen is locked. Okay, fine. All right. So I'm going to unlock and start the buzzer. And this is the first question. We have Abhishek Patil buzzing. Abhishek Patil.
Is this the Alfonso Mango?
This is the Alfonso mango. So I will give +10 to Abhishek Patil for the answer. Okay. So I'm gonna, you guys are logged again in terms of your buzzer screen. Is everyone logged on their screen? The first answer, Alfonso mango. Okay. All your buzzers are logged, I hope. Yes, all right. I'm gonna unlock, I'm gonna start, and here comes the next question. Who is the cartoonist of this work? Haim is the first person to buzz. Haim, do you have an answer?
Oh, Mario Miranda.
+10. So I'm gonna-
Somebody else told him the answer. There was somebody who told him Mario Miranda, and then he said Mario Miranda.
Haim is.
I'm sorry.
There were two voices of Mario Miranda. There was one voice which said Mario Miranda, then you said Mario Miranda.
Okay, Shashank, we will go, it's okay, we'll go through the recording after it. And if you find any sign, see, it's a recorded quiz. So if you find any signs of cheating, we will obviously change the, we'll obviously disqualify if we find. So
yeah, for the record, if you want to look around, there's no one in the room with me. So I don't know where he heard the voice.
Okay, all right.
You can check the recording.
We will check the recording. If anyone feels that anybody is cheating or there is anything of that sort happening, please let us know after the quiz, and we will ensure nothing of that sort has happened before we give out the prizes or announce the winners. Yeah, we'll be as fair and square as possible. So don't worry, that's the reason why we are recording. Everyone's buzzers logged. So this answer was Mario Miranda. Okay, all buzzers logged. So I'm going to unlock. I'm going to start, and then this is the next.
Not unlocked.
You haven't unlocked it.
Is it unlocked? Yeah, I have unlocked, and I do have buzzer here. Haim, it is
This
your.
is the previous one.
These are the previous buzzers. These are the previous buzzers.
Okay, I'm going to reset again. Okay, we have Abhishek.
This is Haji Ali.
Okay, yes. This will be Abhishek Patil.
Yes.
Yes, all right, fine. This is Haji Ali.
Could you please lock them?
Okay, clear. Log, all good. It's cleared, it's logged. Everyone's phones are looking good. Okay, I'm going to unlock. I'm going to start, and I'm going to move to the next question. Which neighbor of Mumbai city? Okay, Abhishek.
Thane.
Okay, this was Abhishek
Patil.
Patil.
Yes.
Yes, it is Thane, getting from its name from the local Marathi word for police checkpost. So we are looking at Thane. So Abhishek Patil gets 10 points here. Moving on to the next question. Is everyone unlocked?
That picture is literally my view from the window.
Wonderful. That's nice to know. All right, next question. Which historic feature of South Bombay are these two companies bringing back? Yes, Haim is the only person who's buzzed so far. Okay, Haim, Shashank, and Abhishek. Haim, what is the answer we are looking at?
This is a double-decker bus.
-5. It is not the double-decker bus. The next person, Shashank, would you like to say what is it that they're bringing back?
They are bringing back they are essentially the company which does tours of heritage tours and stuff for the South Bombay.
-5. That's not what we are looking for.
Can I try?
But this is not for points.
Yeah,
Your negative.
just- Yeah, just for fun.
Yeah, sure.
Is this trams? Tram?
It's not tram.
Open for audience, maybe?
Yes, audience, sure.
Banganga?
What is it?
Banganga.
No, may I know who's speaking?
This is Devang here.
Hi, Devang. No, it's not. Eco-friendly, ethical manner. These two companies are bringing back something which was in news this year. Anyone else want to try?
This is the Victoria.
This is the Victoria. Ma'am, can I have you? Who answered? I'm sorry. Yeah.
Me, Ramesh.
Ramesh. Yes, Ramesh. Yes. Ramesh, you're an expert quizzer. These are college kids. But
No,
yeah.
I
Yeah,
waited
no,
for
thanks.
all of them to run out.
Yes,
of
yes, I know that Ramesh is a veteran quizzer. He's a pro at quizzing. So it is Victoria. So which is why we were using ethical and eco-friendly and all of it. So this is electric, which means no pollution. It is ethical because we don't harm horses. Peter had asked all of them to kind of remove the horses because they were not treated too well. So basically now you can use these electric vehicles, go around South Bombay. You not just get a tour, which is what obviously Kaki Tours does, but you also get to ride around and see the place. Yeah. So that's what we are looking at. I've cleared the buzzers. You're all on lock. I'm going to unlock. I'm going to start. And here's the last question. In 1982, this person was chosen. Haim, you have buzzed. Quickly give me the answer.
This is the Marxist Union of Workers in India, basically the Datta Sawant, the Mumbai strikes. So he started this organization, the Marxist Union of Workers.
A strike against what?
The Bombay mill workers, their welfare, the strike against
Plus
the
10,
owners.
plus 10, plus 10. Okay, that's all we are looking for. Okay. So this was the textile strike that we are looking for, the Great Bombay Textile Strike. Okay, so I'm going to quickly say the scores. Abhishek Malik, you're still at 70. Abhishek Patel, you've answered 4, so you're at 60. And we have Haim at 45. Krish, you're at 25. Shashank, you lost 5, so you're at 70. Shikhar, we have one more round of buzzers happening, so you can.
Ramya?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. I think I should be at 55. I was 40 in the previous round. I answered 2 10s and got a -5. So should be at 55. But 40 in the previous round.
Yeah.
And Abhishek should not be at 60, he should be at 50 because.
Okay,
Yeah,
I think, all right, fine. Abhishek, is that right? We are redoing the scores, so we are doing.
Just
I
adding.
think the whole
70, 60, 40, 55, 25, 70, 0.
70, 50, 70, 50, 55, 25, 70, right?
Yeah.
All right, fine. I think the confusion at Mario Miranda, I think I scored wrong there. Yeah. Yeah, that's
Is there anything different in the second buzzer round?
nothing is different. It is the same thing. We are going to continue with the same, which is why, because Buzz Live is little tricky for newcomers, which is why we decided to do 2 back-to-back. All right. All right. So we're going to do the same set of rules. Okay. So I'm going to unlock. Buzzers are clear. I'm starting. And here comes your first question. You need to tell me what the stripes on the side of these shirts of Mumbai. Oh, yes, him.
This is the Bandravali ceiling. You can see in the night, right?
Plus 10. This is the stripes which you see on the shirt of Mumbai Indians. It is.
Hi Ramya, one small request. Can you scroll at once because like the page is loading in parts for me. Like when you're scrolling, I can see only the first line and the second line.
This is Abhishek Patel. You have an issue with
Yes.
Even I have
Yeah,
that.
even I'm
possible.
having it.
If you can just scroll at once, it will be very much convenient because we don't want to extrapolate. Like Haim is like taking that risk, but we don't want to take that risk of jumping before we see the question.
You want the slide transition to be quick. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, give me a second. I'm just going to stop sharing and I will change the slide transition and I will be back. Okay, fine. Let me go back to sharing. All right. So I'm going to unlock. I'm going to start. And here is the second question. Okay, lengthy question. Take your time. The sea route between Britain and India via the Red Sea and Indian Ocean was oriented in a northwest-southeast axis. During both to and fro journey, people preferred the cooler sides of the ship. Yes, Abhishek Malik. You have
Is it the
marks?
Cape route?
Is it the?
Cape route.
No, -5. We have Shashank.
This is how the word posh comes from.
Yes, Shashank. This is how the word posh comes from, +10. Okay, so if you look at the answer, now this is what it is believed to be the origin. Okay, now people say that, you know, there is no particular proof or anything, but if you look at a lot of dictionaries and, you know, you would see people describing this as the possible origin of the word posh. Okay, all right, now let me clear the buzzers.
The transitions are still happening. So
Yeah, transitions are still happening.
Transitions are still happening. Was it happening in the previous slides, or is it only in the buzzers? In the buzzers.
Every
Yeah, you can try going back a couple of slides and like moving forward, you'll see it.
Okay.
I'm not seeing a problem. What exactly is the problem?
They are finding the slide transition. So I will start reading the slides. Okay. We have about 4 more questions to go. All right, I will probably increase the timer if you want, a little more on the buzzers. All right, let's see how it goes, okay? All right, a popular tourist location in Mumbai, these basalt deposits, their name comes from the Sanskrit word which means black mountain. So you need to tell me a certain tourist spot. Yes, Abhishek Patil, what's the answer?
Are these the Mahakali caves in Jogeshwari?
-5 to Abhishek Patil. Okay, so it captures Buddhism. This particular place captures Buddhism and Buddhist history over a certain few centuries. Okay, Shikhar Shah. Yes, Shikhar, glad to see you trying.
Is it Kalba Devi? I'm just trying.
No, it's good you're trying. It's not Kalba Devi.
Hmm.
That's -5.
I have a non-comp guess.
Yeah,
Yes.
Canary Caves.
It is Canary Caves, okay? And so the whole Krishnagiri or Kanayaka mountains, which is the whole word Krishna for black, the black basalt structure that it is made of, okay, from volcanic activities. So the whole Canary Caves, the name origin from Krishnagiri or the Black Mountains. All right. We have 3 more to go. Do you want to know the scores at this point? We have Abhishek Malik at 65, Abhishek Patil at 45, Haim at 65, Krish at 25, Shashank at 80, and Shikhar is trying, and I'm very happy for him. Yeah. Okay, let's unlock, start the buzzer and move to the next question. Known as India's Billionaires Road, this road contains some of the most expensive residences. Yes, Abhishek Patil.
Altamont Road.
Yes, +10. Altamont Road is what we are looking for. Okay. Okay, that's the answer we are looking for. Okay. Let's move to the last 2 questions. We will unlock, we will start the buzzer, and we will move. A species of lizard fish. Okay, this has been a popular delicacy in Mumbai. Yes, Haim, you want to answer?
Bombay duck. The Bombay duck.
Bombay
Fish,
duck.
pickled fish.
Yes, Bombay duck, bombil, either answers work. That's what we are looking for. Okay, the answer. So we will again go through scores. Abhishek Malik at 65, Abhishek Patil at 55, Haim at 75, Krish at 25, Shashank at 70. I think Shashank is taking it easy.
I'm at 80. I'm at 80.
Oh,
I
sorry,
got
at
10
80.
points.
Yeah, Shashank at 80. So, okay, Shashank at 80. So we have 80, 75, 65, and 55. So these are the scores. Shashank 80, followed by Haim at 75. Then we have Abhishek Malik at 65 and Abhishek Patil at 55. One last question, and we will see if we will need a tiebreaker or what the entire situation is going to be. Buzzers cleared, logged, reset. Okay, I'm going to unlock, I'm going to start. Last question. William lived from 1894 to 1920 in Mumbai. It is said that his death happened by swallowing a piece of wire, but in past, William had swallowed a lighted cigar. Yes, Shashank, you are leading.
I
still.
think this is the hornbill which appears at the BNHC logo.
Perfect, perfect. Plus 10 there. So this is
Perfect
the
answer.
hornbill. Who is William? William is the hornbill. Wonderful, wonderful answer. So we are done with the buzzer. So here, let me go through the final scores. So we have Shashank at 100, followed by Haim at 75, and we have Abhishek Malik at 65. So I'm going to stop
Shashank-
sharing.
Shashank should be at 90, right?
Yeah, I should be at 90. I don't care where I'm right now.
Yes, 90.
Yeah, sorry, 90. All right, 90. So 90, 75, and 65. So I will now let Ramesh take over from here. Ramesh, I have done the quiz and you have your 3 winners. Okay, and I think you should take over the stage from here. Yeah?
Thank you very much, Ramya. I'm going to ask Venkatesh to say something as the quiz master of the previous session. And then I'm going to ask Shehnaz ma'am to close the session as the chairperson of the MRC. But
Right,
before that, my congratulations to all 6 finalists to making it past the preliminary, which was itself pretty tough. I myself scored 15. All of you were 16 and above. So congratulations for that. And congratulations to the winners today. All the best, and I hope you will continue to engage with the MRC. Venkatesh, all yours.
Thank you. Thank you. My sincere compliments to the Quizmaster. Ramya, this was really fantastic. It was such an educative experience. I really learned a lot, and I'm sure anyone who's seen this today got a fantastic mix of so many topics, so many flavors and so many topics. I think it was absolutely brilliant and very engaging. And really thanks a ton, and really look forward to a lot more events with you sometime in future too. And my sincere compliments and greetings to the participants, and especially show to the winners. I think the participation, the enthusiasm, the understanding of the city, and the kind of depth and the variety that the participants brought in today was absolutely fantastic. It's been a very wonderful afternoon, well spent, and I for sure didn't know more than maybe 20% of the answers, and it was a tremendous learning opportunity. Thank you, Ramesh. Thank you, MRC. Thank you, Shehnaz ma'am, the Quizmaster Ramya, and all the participants. Thank you.
Shehnaz ma'am? Is she there? Just give me a second.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Congratulations, all of you all. And Ramya, it was really lovely the way you conducted the whole thing. And it was something very different that I saw today and learned today. Thank you, all the participants. A big thank you to the winners. Congratulations to you all. And also all those who were witnessing, were participating, a big thank you. Ramesh, please take over now.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. So
Yeah.
the quiz, we will call it a day now. Winners, we request you to please send your bank details, and your prize, post verification, your prizes will be shared with you. Yeah, have a nice day, and do participate in other MRC programs. Please do stay in touch with us. Thank you and have a good day, everyone.
Nice
Ramya
quiz,
and
Ramya.
Avinash, thank you very, very much. It was,
Welcome.
trust me, I would have scraped the bottom with the questions. Even as a seasoned quizzer, these were pretty interesting questions. And we must always take in mind that a quiz is an opportunity to learn. The competitive instinct is there. but let's take it in the spirit of learning something. Thank you very much. Now we'll call it a day. Now we will meet again at 7 p.m. for a very interesting lecture by Dr. Faisal Devji from the University of Oxford on Gandhi and his use of silence as a tool in the fight for independence. Thank you very much. Good evening.
Thank you. Thank you all. Bye.